Welcome back.
Thank you.
Happy
Good
to
be
have you.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. When do we stop saying that?
That's the last time I'm going to say it. I'm done.
So right now is when we're done.
Right.
Okay. Frankie, Happy New Year. We have Frankie with us if you guys are watching on YouTube, which you always should. But we have Mr. Frank with us.
Yes, our little munchkin.
Too bad he didn't get his haircut before.
No, I know. It's
this episode.
It's next week.
Darn.
I know.
Darn.
Maybe next time.
Well, happy January.
Can you believe it?
It's already like the middle of January.
Feels like it.
No, it is. This is coming out, what, the 13th?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Is that crazy?
It just got here.
It just started.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, you still have your tree up. You're enjoying the remnants.
I do still have my tree up. I am enjoying it because I literally have not been in my apartment in like 3 weeks. Like since I went to New York in the middle of December, it's just been travel, holidays, nonstop.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to enjoy my tree a little bit longer.
Yeah, you weren't here to enjoy it. You're allowed to.
I wasn't here to enjoy it.
What you should do is just take the lights. Take the ornaments off.
Mm-hmm.
Just leave the tree up with the lights on.
I know. I love the ambiance that the tree gives.
Yeah.
How about your decorated tree this year, huh?
We
You
never
want to talk about it?
Sure. Yeah, we absolutely 100% half-assed Christmas this year.
Yeah.
We put the tree up, which is a pre-lit tree. So we put the tree up, and I think I put exactly one ornament on it. And then we got another ornament for Christmas. So I put that one on it. And that's it.
Where are you going?
We didn't decorate anything else in the house. We didn't decorate the rest of the tree.
Nope. And we didn't even wrap the presents.
That's right. We had an Amazon Christmas. Literally. The boxes that arrived, like from Maddie was sending all stuff from Idaho directly from Amazon or from wherever to us directly. So we didn't open them to wrap them. We just put them under the tree.
I wish I could say it was just Maddie's, but it was you, me, and Maddie. Dad was the only one that wrapped presents. And he tried to say like, oh, it's fine. He hated it.
Yeah. No, I know. He didn't enjoy it. But you know what? I was
didn't mind it at all.
I didn't either. And I just had absolutely no energy. I got sick right after Christmas.
Yeah. So many people were sick.
And I think it was coming on before then. I had zero energy.
Yeah, you were exhausted.
We
too.
entertained 5 days in a row.
Yeah, talk about that.
Yeah, it's just, it's getting too much for me.
No, it's not.
It is. It's a lot. We had people over for dinner on the 20th. Then we had a Christmas party on the 21st and the 22nd. And then we had our Christmas Eve Thing on the 23rd. And then Daddy's whole family over for Christmas Eve on the 24th. And then Christmas. And that was all at our house. Except one. The one on the 22nd, we went to someone else's house. But everything else was at our house.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
So then by the time, your house came around, no decorations, nothing, no stockings.
No, we didn't even get the stockings out. I'm so sorry. But this is the first time in your entire 26 Christmases of being alive that I didn't do anything. So
I had a great Christmas.
Sorry. Yeah, I hope you did. Because, I don't know.
I had a great Christmas.
It was too much.
It was, I think, a lot of fun. Chill, good vibes.
It was very chill.
Good food.
It was just the three of us on Christmas morning. We opened up our presents and made our usual cinnamon buns and we didn't even have mimosas this year.
No mimosas.
Yeah, I was kind of drunk out from everything that had been going on. I was like, I don't even want a mimosa.
Well, I feel like the night before was like a sneaky drunk because we weren't expecting the DeSimones to hang out as long as they did. And we had so much fun with them.
We did have a good time. And I remember I went into that night saying I'm not going to drink. And then halfway through dinner, I was like, give me a glass of wine.
You were like, you know what? Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then we started making espresso martinis.
Yeah. As soon as the espresso martinis start being whipped out, then it's over. I love making an espresso martini.
Yeah, they're good. You make them very well, too.
Thank you.
You're quite the bartender.
Thank you. I do enjoy making an espresso martini.
Yeah, they're good.
They are fun to make.
And they sneak up on you.
Well, it's all vodka.
They can sneak up on you. Yes.
Yeah. No, but they are sneaky because they are good. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. But the last time that we had an episode, Grandma was here. Grandma's not here anymore.
Nope. She went home.
She went home. Your time with her was great.
It was
lovely.
good. Yeah, she was here for a little over 2 weeks, and it's always good to see her. But I know she was looking forward to getting back home and being with Pete's family for Christmas and everything. So,
Yeah.
So, yeah, she had fun.
That was fun. And then I wrote down some funny stuff that happened Christmas Eve because it was so funny.
Okay.
And I was just like, I should write this down because I'm going to forget and I'm going to be happy that I wrote it down. The first one is, okay, so we need to explain our family a little bit. So Christmas Eve, it was the three of us, meaning me, my mom, my dad.
Mm-hmm.
My dad's brother, my uncle, Uncle Doug, and his family are the DeSimones that we refer to.
Mm-hmm.
So the DeSimones are my Uncle Doug, my Aunt Karen, whose name is also Karen DeSimone, which is my mom's name.
There's two of us.
Which is so crazy.
Ironic.
So my Uncle Doug, my Aunt Karen, and then 4 cousins. Savannah, who's my age. Austin is, 23?
Yeah, a couple years younger than you guys.
23 or 24. And then I call them my baby cousins, but they're not babies.
Not anymore.
Lexi is 16, and, she's me. Me and her
she is
are
Tori
the same.
Reincarnated, 100%.
It's so cool to see. Everything she does, I'm like, no, you're so me.
She really
her
is.
Makeup,
Yeah.
and she talks about her boy problems. I'm like, I've lived this.
Yeah.
And then Sophia is 14.
Right.
And Sophia and Soph are the same person.
Sophia is Soph.
What did I say?
You said Sophia and Soph are the same person.
True. Sophia and Sav.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. But it's almost like Lexi and Soph are me and Maddie, but reverse.
Yes.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Yeah. Anyway, so it was the 9 of us there on.
Right.
Wait, what's 4? Wait, how many do they have? 6? 6 plus 3 is 9.
Mm-hmm.
They have 6? Their family is 6 people?
Yeah, 4 kids, mom and dad.
It's a big family.
Yeah.
All right. So they were there and it was fun. Okay, so we were sitting at the dinner table afterwards and Sav started telling, and my dad was drunk at this point.
Yeah, and then he just riles up the kids.
Yeah, which is so funny.
He plays the annoying uncle, and he plays it perfectly.
They think he's insane. And I'm like, imagine growing up with him as my dad.
Right.
Well, because there was one time over the summer that Sav and the girls, meaning Lexi and Soph, came to the beach for a day.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a surprise.
Right.
And so they just came over to the house and dad was drunk.
Forgot about that.
Every
With the golf
story.
cart ride. Yeah.
So dad was drunk and he's like, let's go get ice cream. And the girls are like, yeah. So I drive us all down the street to go get ice cream. And he's just hammered at Scoops, just shouting, yelling. That's when he's just hammered.
Yeah.
And Katie was with us too. And it was so funny. That was one of the funniest trips to Scoops ever. So that's how they think of their uncle, just this drunk, funny
Goofball.
uncle.
Yeah.
So it's Christmas Eve once again, and he's drunk once again at the dinner table. And Sav starts telling a story, which obviously stories take place in the past.
Right.
And dad goes, I don't want to live in the past. Just shuts the story down. And we all were like,
what? Yeah.
It was so funny. Austin doesn't really drink. And when everyone was sort of just no one was, Uncle Doug was trying to go, but no one else wanted to leave.
Right.
Everyone else was we're having a good time. And it was probably 10 o'clock at this point.
Right.
Which is way later than they've normally always
And
stayed.
this is when Joe Dreyer dropped over with limoncello, right?
Yeah. So our neighbor, hi, Ann.
Joe and Ann.
Ann's,
yeah, wouldn't be an episode.
Ann's husband came over as we were sitting down for dinner, and he had limoncello with him. So he left the limoncello, left, and then he came back. And so we had limoncello at the house, and it was 10 p.m. and no one wanted to leave except Uncle Doug. And Dad was like, does anyone else want another drink? And everyone was like, yeah, we'll have another drink. And then Austin, who doesn't drink, goes, you know what? Where is the limoncello? I'll have some.
Yep, out of nowhere.
So as soon as he had a limoncello, everyone was like, yeah.
Now it's a party.
It was funny. It was that audio, you know what? Hell yeah.
It was funny.
It was really funny. This is a new trope of dads. He tells people that he's going on Joe Rogan.
That's right, he does.
He's manifesting, okay? But he's confusing a lot of people in his process of manifesting.
Because they're like, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah. And they're like, when is it? And he goes, I don't know.
Don't don't know yet.
And then they turn to me and they're like, is he actually? I'm like, yeah. Like he is. We just don't know when.
He's making it happen.
Yeah.
But we're
He's
not sure when.
actively manifesting. So he's telling everyone like, yeah, I'm going on Joe Rogan. I'm going on Joe Rogan. And Maya and Karen's like, first of all, when? What are you going to talk about?
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know, but he is. We're confusing a lot of people. Have we ever talked about 420 on 11?
I don't know if we have. I think we might have mentioned it in passing, but we could talk about it.
Okay. So do you want to explain it?
Well, no, you go ahead.
Okay.
I want to hear it from your perspective.
I'll give the gist of it so it's not too long-winded. So my dad and one of his good friends in the future want to start a podcast called 420 on 11 because my dad is a user of medical marijuana.
Correct.
And his friends are as well. And they want to start a podcast where they use their medical marijuana at their friend's house who lives on the 11th hole on a golf course. So my dad was explaining this concept to everyone at Christmas
the table,
Eve and said, oh, it's going to be called 420 on 11. And Sav goes, what is that? And then she didn't let him explain. And he said, well, you know what 420 is, right? She goes, yeah, but what is this podcast? Like weed for old people?
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, actually. It is. It's weed for the old people.
That's exactly what the podcast
she didn't say
is.
old people. She said weed for the old.
Yeah, I don't remember what she said, but
I wrote it down because I was like,
Okay.
this is funny. Weed for the old.
You're funny that you wrote it all down.
And then the last thing is we have a monologue clock on the wall in the living room. This is when the DeSimones left. Oh.
Analog clock.
What did I say? Monologue?
No, not analog. It's
a clock that has hands.
Yeah, the regular old clock.
Yeah, like you had to learn how to read. And if you missed out how to read it, then you won't. Right. Oh, speaking of which, did you watch the Nate Bargatze comedy special on Instagram? I mean,
did.
Netflix?
I did.
Did you think it was funny?
I didn't like it as much as most of his other stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I really liked it.
I mean, I've seen him live, and I've seen...
You have?
Yeah, years ago. 15 years ago, maybe.
Oh.
He was in doing little clubs, like smaller than the Tower, like little comedy clubs
I don't know
and
what the
stuff.
Tower is.
You never went to a concert at the Tower Theater?
No.
Oh my gosh, okay. Anyway, like 2,000 seat.
Where is
concert
the
hall.
Tower?
Upper Darby, Pennsylvania.
Why
Best
would I go
concerts
there?
ever.
Okay.
Maybe it's gone now.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway, that's just a theater size that I reflect things to. But anyway, so yeah, we saw him a while ago, and I've seen a lot of his shows on Netflix or on YouTube or whatever. They're usually really funny, but I didn't enjoy that one as much.
Oh, I did.
Did you like it?
Yeah, and there was one joke about cursive being the future that
yeah.
I thought was funny, and that just made me think of that with these clocks.
Yeah, that
because
is
it's
funny.
like if you missed that day of school, like you don't know how to read those clocks.
Correct.
Like I remember the day in first grade when Mr. Hetrick taught us how to read the clocks. And
You do?
like seriously, if you weren't there that day, you didn't know how to read the clocks.
Well, I think I would have helped you through it.
Yeah, but like
Because we've always had that clock or a clock like that in our house.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And with the Roman numerals even, not even
the
real
Roman
numbers.
Well, I still don't even know what the Roman numerals look like. Like if you put a Roman numeral in front of me, I get lost once we get past 3.
Really?
Yeah. Like I know X is 5. X is 4.
No, V is 5.
See, I don't even know it.
X is 10.
See how like the Super Bowl? What number is that? Like what number
L
is
is
that?
50.
Why does it have to be Roman numerals? It's not the Roman times.
I don't know. I don't know.
So stupid. Like we keep the Roman numerals, but we don't convert to the metric system.
Yeah, Roman numeral. Well, metric has nothing to do with the Roman.
There's no
Numerals.
correlation, but I'm saying like we'll die on the hill of we still use Roman numerals, but we
Right.
won't convert to what the rest of the world is using for other things.
Correct.
Right, Frank? It just makes no sense. Yeah. So anyway, we have a clock that has Roman numerals on it
Yes.
in the living room. And you want to get down? Okay. Just jump. Just do it. Come here. Come here, Frank. Sorry to all of our listeners, but Frankie's high maintenance.
He can jump up on the couch, but he can't get down.
Okay.
So he needs a lift.
Okay, now just chill.
Lay down, buddy.
That's the best command you guys taught him. Chill. Because he does know what that means.
Sorta.
If you say, Frankie, chill, he actually does it. Okay, so anyway, we have a Roman numeral clock. He's being a disaster. What do you want?
He's not a disaster. He's fine. Just ignore him.
You can't say anything bad about Frankie. My mom will fiercely defend him.
I will.
Which is true. Like, he's a perfect angel puppy.
But he's fine. Usually he'll just lay on the couch.
Okay, anyway.
Clock.
We have this clock. And it was 11:45.
Mm-hmm.
And Dad said...
We had just finished putting out our cardboard box Christmas.
Yes.
And we all sat down. We're looking at the tree.
Yeah.
And he looked up at the clock.
And it's late. It's 11:45.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks up and he goes, guys, what's wrong with us? We're turning in at 9 o'clock. And my mom and I look at each other and go, what? It's 11:45. And then he looks up at the clock. He goes, what the fuck? What's wrong with that clock? He's fully blaming the clock.
Yeah, he was just reading the wrong hands. Yeah.
That reminds me of the time that me and him went to not Orhouse, Patty's, and he had so many old fashions.
Oh boy.
I think like one of the bartenders was a stride girl, and she really like hooked him up with the whatever. And he was so drunk. So we had to like, this whole thing is just making him seem like an alcoholic. He was so drunk. And when we took him home, he was sitting on the couch. And remember, he just kept going,
oh, yeah.
And he kept closing one eye.
And taking his glasses off.
And he took his glasses off. And he literally took them off. He goes, and you said, Ross, what's the issue? And he goes, these don't work.
Had nothing to do with the glasses. And I think I said that. It's like, oh, it's the glasses. It's not the 12 old fashions you had before. Oh, yes.
Yeah, no, he's like, these just don't work.
Oh, honey.
And then, of course, the next day.
Oh, he gets up fine.
Pops up.
Every time.
And he'll never admit that he never admits he was drunk.
No.
Like.
No, he never has. Maybe that one time in Jamaica.
Yeah.
When he was ridiculously drunk.
Yeah.
But, okay, he's really not an alcoholic.
Or that
promise.
one time that he like fell in the basement and then he was like sleeping the whole next day.
Yeah.
That's the only other time. But he won't admit it otherwise.
No.
So anyway, all this is to say, yeah, maybe my dad enjoys bourbon a bit too much.
And I got him a...
Yeah, you didn't help.
I didn't help for Christmas. I gave it to him before Christmas, but I got him a whiskey of the day advent calendar. So it came with 24 little sample size bottles of whiskey and bourbon. So he was so excited every day at 5 o'clock. He's like, I get to try today's
whiskey.
Bourbon or whatever. He loved it.
What's the difference between whiskey and bourbon?
One is made, I think it's bourbon, has to be made with 51% corn.
And what's the difference between Scotch and whiskey? Isn't Scotch is made in Scotland?
It's a different fermenting process. And yes, there's a different level of ingredients. And beyond that, I've told you everything I know.
Okay.
That's 100% it.
All right. So all to say, Christmas and Christmas Eve was a lot of fun. We had a great holiday. I enjoyed it very much.
Same.
Oh, and if you guys remember, when my mom and I went shopping in Cape May, I fell in love with those photos that I ended up not getting. Mm-hmm. And my mom's advice was, Tori, one time I fell in love with photos and my earrings fell out. And I never got them, and I still think about them to this day. Mm-hmm. So you should get them if you still think about them. And guess what I got for Christmas? The photos.
Yes, that was pretty much, I mean, you got a couple other things too, but that was pretty much your only gift.
And what a great gift it was. I can't wait to hang it up.
I know, you do need to hang them up. I want to see them up.
I do too. So bad.
But you haven't been here.
I have not been here yet. This is my second day back here.
Mm-hmm.
I need to put my earring back in. I don't know where it went. Whatever. Anyway, okay. So that's what was Christmas. What did you guys do for New Year's?
We went to the beach for New Year's, second year in a row, and we had dinner at the same restaurant we did last year, which is right on the beach on JFK, and right in front of where they do the fireworks at 8 o'clock. Although it was raining, but they still did the fireworks. They did them a little early, though. But
it rained?
Worked out. It
rained. Oh, it did rain. Yeah, it was actually pouring.
Yeah, it was a very rainy New Year's.
What'd you get to eat?
What did I get? I had veal parmesan.
This dude is just doing laps.
Yeah, he is just doing laps. I don't know what his...
You have the Zooms?
No, he's just walking. I don't know what he's doing. He's a little distracting, though.
No, he's fine.
You coming up again? Want to come up?
Figure it out, Frank.
Come on.
So you had veal parmesan.
I had veal parm.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it was good. And Daddy had a short rib dish, I think.
I love short rib stuff.
Yes. He had short ribs. We'll have to do that this winter.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a wintertime dish.
It is.
Keep going. Get your butt out.
And then did you guys do anything New Year's Day? You normally do like a party.
We didn't do a party. We had some neighbors. Linda and Jeff came over, and we did the pork and sauerkraut and kielbasa and all that. And we watched, what was the football game on that day? Ohio State, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was on. Yeah, Ohio State was on that day. So we were watching that.
Fun.
Yeah. And I came down with
And
my
you have a
cold that like came up on me during the day on New Year's Day. Like, you know how you can feel it? Like you feel the congestion pack up and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, here it comes.
You don't have an Oura ring? It would have told you that you were getting sick.
I do not have an Oura ring.
You should get one.
Should I?
Yeah, I love mine.
Okay.
I wear it every day. I haven't taken it off in 2 years.
I know you wear it all the time. It would have told me I was getting sick.
Yeah.
What would it have told me?
That you need to rest. Like your readiness score would have been way down. There's a new bio tracker. I forget what it's called, but it will tell you like when your body's under like extreme distress or something.
Just
I forget
worn
what it's
down
called.
or whatever.
Yeah, like it's called like major. I don't know. But it will tell you. And obviously it takes your temperature every day. So like if your temperature is spiked,
Right.
it'll tell
Right.
you. Stuff like that.
Yeah, that would be handy.
I think just the earring has to go.
Yeah, I think so too. It's not working for you.
No, it's not working. And it just wants to be out of my ear. Just like how Frankie can't figure out where he wants to go.
Just sit down, buddy.
But yeah, maybe you should get one.
Maybe I should.
Or ring, let us know.
That's right.
No, seriously, like I should get an Oura ring from them.
Yeah.
I talk about them all the time.
Yeah.
That's why they haven't sent me one, because they're like, we don't need to send you one, and you'll still talk about us.
That's correct. That's probably
That's
true.
why, like, whenever restaurants are always like crowded and stuff, I
Mhm.
don't understand. Like, if I wanted to go to a restaurant that had like a 3-month reservation wait list,
Mhm.
me DMing them being like, I'm an influencer, can I come eat there? They'd be like, no, we don't need you.
That's right.
And it's also like, I'm not a restaurateur. I'm just a girl that like does
Right.
my thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Do
It's always
people do
fun.
that? Is
All
that-
the time.
Oh.
It's like so common. Like people will go eat at a restaurant and then they'll say that they're an influencer and ask for it to be comped.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I
And the
don't-
waitress has to just be like, no. Like,
yeah, right? Frank, you're being a pest.
yeah, you are, dude. Relax.
Sit down. Lay down.
Chill. Good boy.
Down. Thank you. Stay. Good boy.
So that was fun. Yeah. New Year's, I went to Del Frisco's.
That's right.
Yes. I went with Zach, who we went with him and his friends, and we had a really good time.
Nice.
And it was 2 other couples, and then his best friend, Zach, who is the only one not in a couple.
Singles act.
So single Zach, he's just always around. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a
Good.
good time.
What did you have to eat? Was it delicious?
Yeah, we got a filet, which also right before the dinner, we were like looking up what different cuts of steak are. Do you know the differences?
I don't know all of them. Tell me what you learned.
Okay, not much. Ribeye, very fatty, and it's meant to be like a buttery thing. So I knew I wouldn't have liked a ribeye as much because I like my stuff more well done.
Okay.
I ended up getting a filet
Mm-hmm.
because that's a good cut.
Mhm.
I don't know.
I like filet and sirloin. Like those are my
Sirloin was the other
2
one that I was
favorite
gonna get.
cuts. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You can get the T-bone,
Mhm.
not for me.
Right.
A lot of fat. And what else is there? I don't know. Of chuck roast, but you wouldn't get that at steakhouse.
Did they have a tomahawk?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all of them combined, I think.
Oh, really?
Like that's that's a big giant steak. That's I don't know. I'm not gonna.
Me either.
Do it, but-
Apparently, Saquon was there though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I didn't see him.
interesting. With
But-
his wife,
I don't know with who. I guess
I would hope.
I would also hope. I would assume so. But one of the people there just said that they saw him. When
Nice.
he went to the bathroom.
Nice.
Yeah. So, okay, that was New Year's. You hit your reading goal.
I did hit my reading
your
goal.
reading goal was 50. So you crushed that.
Yeah, my original reading goal last year was 50 books, and I hit that by the middle of February. So I revised it a couple of times and made it 350 books. And I read 362 books.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, if I had read 4 more books,
I know you would have.
I would have read a book a day, but I couldn't force it. So, anyway.
And I was really trying. I was like, read a novella, just do something.
Yeah, no, that's cheating. I don't even want to do that.
Darn.
No, I think out of all the books I read, maybe less than 10 of them were novellas. Like every book was over 300 pages, except for a few of them.
Crazy. Like to actually grasp the concept of reading 362 books.
When I looked at
it's crazy.
the Goodreads year-end thing, it tells you how many pages you read.
Oh my God.
It was like 134,800 pages or something like that.
Wow.
And I was like, holy crap,
I wish you got paid for this.
kidding. I do too.
That's wild.
Yeah. So, but I mean, clearly I do nothing else.
What were your favorite 5 books?
Favorite 5?
3? Just give me a few.
Okay. Well, one of the top 3 I would have to say is Whisper by Tal Bauer. I just loved that book. How about authors? Like
Sure.
Yeah. Mariana.
Nice.
Mariana Zapata. I really enjoy all of her books. Everything is very slow burn, not crazy spicy. It's a romance, but there's so much that goes into the stories before that you get an awful lot of character development and a lot of backstory. And I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So almost any one of her books I've really liked. I loved the Abby Jimenez, the trilogy, those 3 books.
I loved those.
Those were just really fun. I read them in the spring going into summer. And it
what a
just
great
put me
time.
in such a summertime mood. You know what I mean? Like a great little beach read. I don't know. You're putting me on the spot.
Sarah J. Maas?
No, I wouldn't even put that in my top 10. Honestly.
Wow.
I mean, I liked ACOTAR. I'm glad I read it, and I started Throne of Glass, and I've kind of fallen off on book 3 because it's daunting to look at book 3 and be like, I've got 6 more to go.
Yeah.
After this or whatever.
Oh, speaking of Onyx,
Yeah.
whatever it's called, is coming out soon.
I never finished Iron Flame, so I guess I have to go back and do that.
Maybe I'll reread.
Yeah.
To brush up.
Yeah.
But I've been like craving some new books
Okay.
to get into just so I can get off the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on the internet too much.
I just finished, this wasn't last year, but I did just finish that book, The One by John Mars.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crow. And apparently it was made
Holy crow?
Yes.
What are you? That
I'm
sounds
old.
so old.
I am
Holy
old.
crow.
Oh, yeah, I didn't want to say holy shit, but I guess I should have. Yeah, it just blew my mind. It was really, really interesting. Obviously science fiction, a lot of suspended disbelief needed for a lot of things, but it was really cool the way he did it from 5 different points of view about.
Wait, speaking of, what was that other book? The Decisions.
The Decisions.
Yeah, she like.
Oh, yeah. The Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Yeah.
Maybe in Another Life, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Loved that one too.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Whenever you send a book to me and Maddie, that's how I know you really liked it.
Yeah, that's true. Because I know Maddie doesn't like a certain type of book.
What doesn't she like? She doesn't like the super spicy stuff.
Yeah, when we recommended Fourth Wing to
Yeah,
her.
she was like, "Oh my God."
Yeah, she was like, "You guys, what? You should have warned me."
I know, that was so surprising.
Same.
For Maddie. I'm like, what?
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it just took her.
Oh, I should have had Maddie's blanket. Maddie knit
Where
or
is it?
crochet. It's in that It's in that bag.
Oh,
Maddie crocheted us these gorgeous
blankets.
I should go grab it.
Yeah, you should.
And it's amazing for Christmas.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
That's what we did on Christmas. We just laid around.
Yeah, we laid around in the blankets, and it was so awesome.
Yeah.
It was so great. What?
Yeah, no, nothing. Books.
Books. You got the Kindle Color.
I do like it. It's much quicker than my old Kindle was. Much more reactive to. Excuse me, I just burped in your mic. In terms of page turning and loading books and stuff like that, it's much faster. So I do like that. The fact that it's color really makes no hoot of difference because you're reading pages, which are black and white text. But I feel like it's a much better device.
And faster, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that rocks. So I'm like looking for some books.
I'm sure I could come up with some
I know
suggestions for you.
Sometimes it's just like daunting to like open up Kindle and be like, what do I do? Like seriously, what do I read?
I do think you'd really like that Taylor Jenkins read.
I'm sure I would.
Maybe in another life.
I'm
that was very cute.
Craving like a thriller of sorts though.
Then try The One. It's a psychological thriller of sorts.
Oh, okay. I'll do that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Speaking of books, are you keeping up with the whole Justin Blake?
Oh, well, I've been seeing stuff about it. I won't say I'm up to date on what exactly is going on, but my take on all of it is she's not coming out smelling like a rose.
I don't think either of them are.
No, it is very petty, this back and forth nonsense that's being made so public. It's really a shame.
It is really a shame. And I feel bad for Colleen Hoover.
Yeah, it definitely overshadows the fact that she had a story to tell and it was being told and now it's all messed up.
Yeah, I really feel bad for her.
I do feel like the topic of the book is worth telling. And it is too bad that it just got buried under the drama of the people trying to tell your story.
And this to me is so crazy. And I'm actually kind of shocked maybe it doesn't happen more because these are huge projects with huge celebrities that have tons of power, regardless of like movies and stuff.
Right.
And this can't be the only movie where there's been discourse that's happened on set, post-production, pre-production, whatever. It's just a mess.
It is.
And I don't know anyone that would want to work with either of them after this.
No,
because
I would
what
agree.
A mess and what a stain on both of their reputations it is.
Right.
If it were me, I would have just been like, this project is done. I'm moving forward and I won't speak about it again.
Right. But that's just unfortunately not the era we live in anymore. Everybody has to air whatever grievances they have with whatever else.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think people do because there have to be tons and tons of stuff that goes on like this.
You're right. Not that they have to. In fact, they shouldn't. But social media gives people the opportunity to say things that they shouldn't be saying. And it is too bad. Because you're right. A lot of it is private.
Yeah.
And it should stay private.
Yeah. And I mean, like, you can look at Wicked, the biggest movie in the world right now. And there's a huge scandal that happened with Ariana and Ethan Slater.
Oh, I didn't know anything about it.
That's what I mean. Like, huge scandals happen all the time on movies. And it's not like Ariana's going to go to the New York Times to put out a smear campaign against her boyfriend's wife, ex-wife or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, this stuff doesn't have to go to the scale that it's at.
Right.
I'm sure it happens all the time.
Right.
It's just a wild thing.
It is.
It's just a giant stand on both their reputations. I'm also terrified of lawsuits, but like to me, it wouldn't be worth it at all.
Right.
On either end.
No. Very well said, Tor.
Thanks, Mom. Does that sound media trained?
No, it sounds good. Your common sense is showing. That's a good thing.
Thanks. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate that. Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
I know I don't do that really anymore.
If you had to pick one for this podcast, what would it be? I can tell you mine. So I do have like serious ones that I'm like, keeping to myself. But I do have some like other ones that when I look back at this year, I would be like, that's the year I learned to do da-da-da. Okay. So the first one is give myself a proper blowout at home with like a hairbrush and a round brush.
Okay.
I would love to be able to learn how to do that.
Okay.
The second one is go to the Aloe Gym.
Okay. Where is it?
New York and LA. And it's invite only.
Oh, okay. That's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to go one time.
Okay.
I think I know I can.
Yeah, you'll get the invite.
I just need
to
connect.
I believe it. It'll work.
What's yours?
I guess if I had to say something, my goal would be just to move more. I became very sedentary because I'm reading so much. I have the walking pad, which I have the whole setup. I got my little clicker working, so I don't even need to turn a page anymore.
Talk about more movement.
No, I mean for the walking pad. It's easy to do it when you're walking. But then I have this damn plantar fasciitis in my foot.
Yeah.
Walking hurts.
Did
So
you work out today?
no, I didn't today. I did yesterday, and my foot actually feels okay today.
Good.
After yesterday. So I'll do it again tomorrow.
Yay.
But anyway, I want to just get to the point where I am moving more. Because it's easy not to do that.
It
and
is
I don't
easy not to
do
move.
that.
And when you do move, you feel so much better.
Always do. Yeah, I always do.
So annoying, but so true.
I know. So yeah, that's the end of my New Year's resolutions. I don't really bother with. I don't want to set myself up for failure, which so many of them do. And after 57 years of saying I'm going to do something and then you don't do it, it's disappointing.
You could set yourself up for success.
Yeah, I could.
Speaking of success, you guys successfully did dry January for 5 days.
Did we? More or less. No, I didn't say we didn't drink. I said last night was the first night I got drunk.
Oh, my bad.
No, last night I just, on a random Monday night, I was like, I think I want a martini. So
A dirty martini.
dirty martini. That's
I
my
always
drink.
know when you get drunk. Because, so last night I called my mom because I had a spaghetti squash, which I don't know if you guys have ever tried to cut open one of those things. It's impossible.
It's a lot of work.
It's a whole workout to open a spaghetti squash.
Yes, it is.
And I have it all on video, so I'll probably put it on TikTok. But there's a point where I'm trying to open it. I'm like, oh,
I don't think I
this
could do
knife
this.
is gone. It's
Right.
in the squash and it's never coming out. So I had to call you and be like, how do I open a squash?
Right.
And then we were just on the phone for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was maybe 30 minutes in the conversation, and Dad was like, do you want another? And you guys told me what you were drinking, whatever, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden you go, you want bread tomorrow? I feel like bacon bread. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take a loaf of bread. Guess what I have today?
A loaf of bread. Well, because Daddy wanted bread too, so I baked 2 loaves today.
No, I'm so happy. But that's when I knew that you were drunk yesterday.
Because I offered you food?
No, the way you say it.
Okay, I got you.
Your tone changes, and it's not a bad thing. So dry January is not a thing for you guys.
No, not really.
Totally fine.
Yeah, not a thing. I mean, my goal is to cut back on alcohol. Like during COVID, I mean, my God, we were drinking every day.
You guys had the wine delivery.
Yep, we had wine because the liquor stores were closed, and you can't have that. So, yeah, it was urgent that we had alcohol in the house, and every day at 2:00 would be like, "What do you want? Nothing else to do. We can't leave.
Right.
We can't go anywhere." So that started a very bad habit, which I know COVID's 4 years ago now. I get it, but 5 years ago. Oh my Lord, 5 years ago.
Oh, wait. Hang on.
5. Yeah.
5 in March.
Holy moly.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We have to stop using COVID as an excuse. It's my favorite excuse.
Yeah, I guess we're done with that.
I'm never going to be done with that. COVID this, COVID that.
Well, COVID did change a lot.
No, seriously, it did. It changed
absolutely
the world.
It absolutely did. It changed human nature to a large degree.
Mm-hmm.
And I know just for me personally, it changed everything. It was a horrible time in my existence, my chronological existence, for something like that to literally sit me down and say, you don't have to go anywhere. Like that was really bad for me mentally at that time in my life. And I still haven't gotten over that. You know what I mean? Anyway, this is not going to be about that, but just saying, yes, bad habits were set in stone during COVID, and those are still really hard to get rid of.
Yeah, they are.
So anyway, alcohol is one of those demons for us that we have to fight against. And there's a lot of days where I'm like, no, I'm not going to drink during the week, or even if on the weekends, if we're not doing anything on the weekend, I don't want to go anywhere. Becomes a sore subject between the two of us sometimes.
You and I?
No, Daddy and me.
Oh.
Not a sore subject, but just, he's like, well, what do you want to do today? And I'm like, make a suggestion. He's like, well, let's go here and eat. And I'm like, okay, so then we're going to be drinking. We'll be eating and drinking. Like, that's what we do. We don't go to museums. We don't take walks. You know what I mean? He doesn't do that stuff with me. So
I feel like you guys used to go to the comedy club that was downtown, but now that that's gone.
But yeah, you're right. We used to do that. Haven't done that. Yeah, I don't know. Just kind of lost touch with the stuff we used to do. Anyway, neither here nor there.
So you're not doing dry January to bring it full circle.
That's right.
Wait, that makes me think of nothing. There was over like the winter break, my friends Lizzie and Hunter, they got engaged in October. So they had their engagement party in December.
Okay.
And Lindsay was like, bring your G7X, which is my camera.
Okay.
You would have thought I was on payroll at this party. I was literally like taking pictures of it was so much fun. That camera
that's funny.
rocks. It slays. And they were doing like a champagne tower. Lindsay's like, take pictures. I'm like, you got it. Like, I was taking pictures the whole night. It was
That's
so
funny.
fun.
Did you were they good pictures?
Yeah, they're the best.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So now she's got her whole night documented.
Pretty much.
You're welcome.
No, pretty much. And it was a lot of fun. It was good. So,
Where was that? Again?
It
was in New Jersey.
Yeah, it was in New Jersey. Yeah, it was like Haddonfield area.
Yeah, I remember Zach was telling me.
Yeah.
And then Daddy and I went to the Eagles game.
Yeah, you went to the Eagles game.
And you babysat Frankie.
We had Frank. Took a massive dump on Zach's floor.
Had a boy, Frank.
Yeah, he was like awesome. Our little
Except
dude.
for that.
Except for that, but like whatever. He rocks. How was the Eagles game?
It was excellent. It was the last Sunday in December, and it was 62 degrees in Philadelphia.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was phenomenal. And they played the Cowboys, and they beat them handily.
Love that.
That was even better. It was great. It was a really fun time. So
And that's your new tradition, you said.
I want to make it a new tradition. And then just watching them this week play when it was 20 degrees, I'm like, oh crap, I don't know. I don't know about that tradition.
Yeah, and last Christmas it was so cold too. You guys just
I
got
don't
like
even
a random
remember
day.
it being that cold last year.
I just remember you gifted all of us hand warmers because it was that.
Frankie.
No, that's what I'm telling you. He's ripping ass.
Oh my Lord, that is the stinkiest fart ever.
No, I know.
It is not me, I swear to God. It's wafting your way. It's so bad.
Well,
Frank.
he has to go out, I guess.
Why is your tail all down?
Because he's embarrassed.
Frankie, you should be embarrassed.
You
That's
should be embarrassed.
horrible.
No, you should be embarrassed,
It's
Frank.
like a swamp gas slipping out of his ass.
Ew.
Franklin.
Look,
Man,
he's so
oh,
embarrassed.
man.
You're watching Landman?
Love Landman.
Love Landman. Are you caught up? I didn't watch
We're
Sundays.
caught up. We're caught up.
I love Landman.
It's very good.
Yeah.
I really do like it. I'm anxious to see where it's going to go. Like
Is next week the season finale?
I don't know. I
mean,
mean
that'd be 10 episodes.
yeah, God forbid they do more than
No,
that.
seriously.
When Grandma was here and she started watching Lost,
Yeah.
season 1 of Lost was 24 episodes.
I know. Like, come on.
We can't have more than 10.
In the defense of, I don't know, I do think production quality is really amazing,
Agreed.
but come on.
You can keep working.
No, come on.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the writers only write 10 at a time. And
Yeah, could be.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of disappointing. So I don't know how many are in a season, but you're
Neither.
right. 10 is probably
We do love it, though. It's so
about
good.
it. Are there any other shows that you like?
No.
Did you watch Lioness?
Not the season 2. I watched season 1.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of liked that one. It was a little pushy.
Night Agent. Do you watch The Night Agent? Season 2 is coming out.
Oh, I saw one, but I didn't see another.
Oh, and speaking of Night Agent, the actor that is the Night Agent,
yeah.
he is in another movie called Juror Number 2. I think it's on Apple.
Okay.
Have you watched?
Uh-uh.
Pretty good.
Okay.
Except the ending.
Okay.
It literally ends with a whole other movie to be made, and there's not going to be another movie.
Oh.
Like, it actually explains
Nothing.
and it leaves you open with like
But not in a
imagination.
good way. Not in a good way.
No, because there's so many ways that it could go that it just ends and you're like, there's actually 3 more hours worth of a movie to
Right.
watch.
I feel like some books are that way where it ends and you go back a couple pages. You're like, did I miss something? And
Yeah.
like one of those for me was Verity. And I know they're making that into a movie. And I'm very curious to see how they're going to, are they going to keep it the way that the book was?
I'm going to definitely reread that before I watch the
Yeah.
movie. And they're also making The Handmaid's Tale.
I never did read that.
Oh, you should.
You're
Did
right.
you read The Last Mrs. Parrish?
No.
Oh, okay. We'll read
Those
one
are
of them.
both on my list.
Well,
Okay.
they're the same book.
Okay. Really? Okay.
I'm not kidding. It's copy and paste.
Wow.
It's the same book. And I wonder all the time what Liv Constantine, who wrote The Last Mrs. Parrish, thinks.
Huh.
Because now, like, her book is literally being made into a movie under a different author.
Huh. Was hers first?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's disappointing.
Very.
I don't like it when that happens.
It's the same book.
Wow. All right. I guess I'll have to read those.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's going to be made into a movie too.
Okay. Wait, Handmaid's Tale, wasn't that already? No.
Not Handmaid's. Is that what I said?
You did.
Oh, what is wrong with me? The Housemaid.
Oh, okay. I was like, Handmaid's Tale, that's already been done.
That's a show.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you read The Housemaid?
Read The Housemaid.
Oh,
Okay.
that's being made into a movie.
Okay. And The Last Mrs. Parrish is just like that.
If you don't need to read The Last Mrs. Parrish.
If I've already read The Housemaid. Okay.
Yeah.
And then there was The Housemaid 2 or
Yeah.
or whatever they called it. And I was like, we're doing it again?
Yeah. You read the second one though. There's a
Yeah.
third one. I didn't read the third.
Yeah, I didn't feel the need.
Me either.
Is that the sort of book you're looking for these days?
Yeah, this is something quick.
Try the one.
Okay. Speaking of football,
Mm-hmm.
we had Penn State, Boise State.
Oh, yeah. Which for our family means
Is
something.
a win either way.
Yeah. Yeah, that worked for us.
Oh, and Maddie's going back to school. Wait, when did that begin? Is she not?
She hasn't yet because...
Did she not accept?
Oh, no. Well, no. She was accepted. She went and met with the registrar, went over all her transcripts and everything that were sent over. And there were a few basic credits that she had to get out of the way. And she was like, I don't want to pay Boise State prices for that. So she's like, I'll have to go back to go finish like an English class or a communication class or something like that. So she's going to go back to CWI.
I don't get why college does that.
And do the basics for pennies on the dollar instead of paying Boise State tuition. For that. So she's not starting this January.
When is she going to start?
In the fall.
She's going to CWI this.
That's what she said, but we'll see.
Okay. We can talk offline.
Yeah.
So yeah, my sister went to Boise State / is going back to Boise State.
Right. For a different degree.
And my dad went to Penn State and I went to Penn State.
Mm-hmm. For a minute and a half.
They got a full semester of tuition.
Oh
so
God,
I went to Penn State.
I don't want to talk about it. Yeah.
So yeah, for our family, it was a win either way.
Right.
Penn State did win, to no one's surprise.
Right. Right. Yeah, there still has to be a better way to...
Yeah, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the way they're doing it this year, I understand they're including more teams in the bracket, which I like. But they're still just not evenly ranked teams.
Right.
There needs to be some sort of handicapping system like there is in golf, for
like
example.
a curve.
Yeah. I mean, Boise State, they're great. They won their division, but that doesn't mean they can compete with Ohio State or Florida or Tennessee or whatever. You know what I mean? Like they're different programs with hugely different budgets and the NIL money and all this sort of stuff. Like it's hard to compete.
It would be cool though to see an upset like that.
Oh, very cool. But it would only happen with one team. Like if they beat Penn State, they're never going to go all the way. Like I feel bad for them.
Unless they do.
I just don't see it happening.
I agree.
There's always just a handful of teams that compete for the championship. Right. It's always the same handful.
I do have to say, I'm glad Georgia is not in it because I feel like we've had a Georgia dynasty.
Yeah, and Alabama too.
And Alabama,
it's nice to have them sitting out and watching.
Sorry to everyone.
I get it. It's nice to see some changes or whatever.
Yeah, it is. So that's that. And then this Thursday's the Penn State game. Are you guys doing anything?
Notre Dame. Daddy's having friends over.
Always is.
Always is.
Party man.
Yep.
You want to know about math tape?
Yeah.
Okay. What? You're seeing it everywhere?
Yes, I'm seeing it all over TikTok. I saw your little TikTok about, mouth tape.
Blowing
or
up, by
whatever.
the way.
Yeah. So tell me about mouth tape.
I don't know much.
Why? What's the purpose?
Allegedly,
Mm-hmm.
it sculpts the jawline.
Mm-hmm. How does it do that?
Don't know. It is better breathing wise because it's not good to be a mouth breather.
Okay.
What?
No,
You
go
sound like
ahead.
you have a rebuttal coming.
Not yet.
Something about like oxygen saturation is better.
Okay.
But I worry for you.
I can't breathe out my nose.
Yeah, you snore.
I can't breathe out my nose.
So
Well,
I think you'd kill yourself.
Daddy snores ruthlessly, and he is
So do you.
okay, but he does not breathe out his mouth at all. If his nose is stuffy, he will complain about it all night,
And
but
he'll
he won't.
suffocate.
Yeah, but he won't open his mouth and take a breath. I mean, if he can't breathe out his nose, he's like a dolphin, a fish out of water or something. He just can't breathe if his nose is stuffed. He will not breathe out his mouth. Me, on the other hand, I think
hate
I have
breathing out of my mouth.
I don't like it either, but I think I have a deviated septum or something, and I'm always, depending on which side I lay on, that side gets clogged. And it's not my nose so much, it's just my higher up sinuses. I just get stuffy, and then I can't do anything.
Interesting.
So I'm almost always, especially at night, I have to breathe out my mouth or I will die.
I don't think mouth tape is for you then,
I don't think so either.
unfortunately.
I've seen the other things that are those chin straps. It's like a head wrap that you wear that holds your mouth shut.
Oh.
And I almost feel like that is a similar idea. Honestly, my jaw got really messed up when I did Invisalign.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because, when you wear those trays at night, like I used to be able to keep my mouth closed at night. My tongue had a nice position on the roof of my mouth. My jaw was shut. And then once I was wearing the trays and my teeth weren't touching each other, my lower jaw just got kind of lax.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
And yeah, the muscles changed in my jaw. And I have not had the same jawline since I did Invisalign.
We already have very weak.
I know. I didn't need that.
necks and
I
jaws.
didn't need to lose that. But anyway, and I don't know how to get it back since then.
Look at our watchdog. What do you
Ooh.
see, Frank?
What do you see, buddy?
Yeah, you tell him.
You tough guy. I think you're barking at a telephone line.
I think so too.
He's not the brightest tool in the shed, is he?
But he is the cutest.
Yeah, he is.
And lastly, I have a trip to Italy coming up.
Could you be more excited?
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
And are you excited helping me plan?
Yeah, it's fun helping you plan. For me, it's overwhelming because when you say you're in Rome for 2 nights, what should we do? I'm like, oh my God, 2 nights?
I know.
There's nothing. You can't do anything
I know.
in 2 nights.
I know. We're really like,
And I appreciate that you're going for something else and you only have what you have. I get
Yeah.
it. But
we're going for a wedding and
Yeah.
then we're going, and now it's like a literal 2-week trip because of travel.
yeah.
Like we're now leaving that Monday and we're coming back the following Friday.
Yeah.
Like it's literally a 2-week trip now.
Yeah.
So it's just,
It's going to be great though.
it's going to be really great, but it's a long trip.
Yeah.
In the middle of summer.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done a vacation since we opened Sea Isle.
Yeah. That's going to be nice.
I hope.
It's going to be great.
I hope, Frank.
It's going to be great.
I hope so.
Right, Frank.
So yeah, I'm very excited, but it's been fun having you help me plan.
Yeah, I'm happy to help with whatever I can. I mean, I don't know that much about the rest of Italy. I know Rome better than anything else.
Yeah.
But I just love Italy. It's
Should
such
we move to Italy?
I'm so tempted so many times. I've already started looking at villas in Tuscany and stuff like
Really?
that are for sale. Sure.
For sale?
Yeah, why not?
That'd be fun.
Yeah, should we go buy one? Start an Airbnb?
Yeah. That'd be a great idea. That'd be a great idea. Is there anything else you want to say to the people before we leave?
No. What else
Okay.
is there to say? We've said probably too much. How about you, Frank? You got anything to say?
Talk about a messed up jawline.
I know. Him with his underbite.
You're so cute. He really is so cute.
Oh, look, he's
You want to
doing your
get down.
favorite
I
thing.
love when he does that. It's my favorite thing. He takes his little paw and he
And
points
taps
where he
you.
wants to go.
He's like,
Yeah, he points you, or he paws you, and then he points to the ground.
mhm.
He's like, "Can you let me down?"
You just looking at the camera now?
All right, Frank, say bye, and then we'll bring you down. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening. This has been Let Me Call My Mom on Manifest with Tori DeSimone. Do you like that outro?
Love it.
Okay. All right, guys. We'll see you the first Monday of next month.
Yes.
February, Valentine's Day month.
Oh my
Whoop,
gosh.
whoop.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.